We are here with Grandview's head coach Denis Schaefer, along with his student athlete Ryan Miller, after a tough loss here in Crestview Hills, Kentucky, in the opening round of the NAIA tournament. Coach, just give us an opening statement to get started.
Well, I tell you what, I'm really proud of our guys, and we spent a little time in the locker room just talking about that. Long way from home, tough competition. I mean, Thomas More is so talented, so well coached. And I thought our guys did a great job of preparing for them, battling with them for 40 minutes. And it's always tough to lose a game in your last game of the season. But I'll tell you what, I'm super proud of how hard our kids battled, how they were committed to being a family all season, how they weathered the ups and downs of a full year. And I just couldn't be happier with the group of guys.
And man, a 15 seed, that was a tough draw for you guys, but I think it might have been tougher for Thomas More as the number 2. Just talk about that. How do you sell that to your players as far as being that 15 seed and maybe being, a bit underseeded?
Well, I think you sell it to them just in general that these guys are competitive guys. I mean, they want to work at it. They want to be better. They're okay with playing the best of the best. And then I think from a coach's perspective, you always try to give them the us against the world, the David versus Goliath type of mentality. But I believe that our kids, from the time Ryan joined us 4 years ago, have always played with a little bit of chip on their shoulder. They come in every day and just work at it. But being the 15 seed, I mean, maybe it's disappointing because I think our league deserves a little higher draw than that because we do play a really good schedule within our league. But in general, I just think our guys just handle 15 seed and let's go ball out. Let's go ball. That's all we got to do, coach. Let's go play.
And Ryan, you certainly balled tonight. You were matched up with Jacob Jones, who's a guy that I know this program hasn't had as far as that kind of speed and athleticism. Talk about matching up against him, man, because you guys were in for quite a battle.
Watching him on film, he's the fastest guy that I've probably played against in my career. So I knew that because I pride myself, so I'm not very tall in stature, so I pride myself on my speed and getting to the rim, using my quickness. And I knew it was going to be tough because he is just as quick, if not quicker than I am. So I knew it was going to be a battle all night with him. And just knowing that they play so good defense as a team, and they made it really tough on me in the first half. I'm not going to lie. I was struggling, trying to get in my rhythm, and they did a good job getting me out of my rhythm. I'd say I maybe found it a little bit more in the second half, trusting in my teammates. Dallas Bailey had a hell of a game tonight. He played well from the start and kind of kept us in there for a while. Jackson, Drew, Zay, down the line, they all played well and they picked us up when we needed it. So, I mean, credit to Thomas More. They're the number 5 ranked team in the country for a reason. Batey and Rudy are Jolly. I mean, are really good players. They're obviously All-Americans for a reason. We knew that coming in, but it was an honor coming in here playing on their court. I thought we gave them our best effort. We left it all out there. So, I mean, I know it sucks to lose your last game, but like we said in the locker room, we're happy with how we played today. I mean, that's all we can say. So.
All right, I'll open up the questions to Mr. Dan Weber from the River City News now.
We looked at the numbers. You guys were averaging 80 points a game, and I think people kind of said, yeah, but. And then watched you in the first half and said, oh yeah, those guys, that's legit.
I think it's legit, Dan.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure we played as fast as we possibly can tonight, and I think that's a credit to Thomas More and Justin and what he does with his guys. But we have always tried to play fast, I guess, since 2014. And in order to do that, you got to have a special group of guys, and Ryan is certainly one of them that leads the pack for us. And so, as we move forward, and as I start recruiting and that type of thing, we're looking for guys that want to get up and down the floor. And everybody says they want to play fast until it's time to play fast, and then they realize how challenging that is. And frankly, I think it's easier to play slow because you don't have to be conditioned and everything like that. But yeah, I think we're a legit play fast team now, and I'm pretty proud of our guys for being able to execute that.
One of the things, just first impression, you probably don't look like that kind of a team. You don't maybe come across as, man, these guys are going to blow your, whatever off. You look more like a play slow team than a play fast team. Would that be kind of a correct?
That's probably a fair assessment. I mean, maybe in the big time world of Division I, we're not the all airport team. Right. We're probably the all bus station team right now, right? And I just think I look for guys. It doesn't matter size with me. The size that I'm looking for is the heart. And Ryan and Drew and Dallas and Jackson. Actually, there's not a kid on our team that I wouldn't say his heart's not in it and will compete no matter what, whether they get 0 minutes or 40. And that's just a super, super duper group of guys.
The other thing, you started out, you were beating them off the dribble. Now, I don't think they've been used to people taking them down and beating them off the dribble. I think that shocked them, I think, a little bit.
Well, part of that is Ryan and our personnel. Part of that is us, I think, trying to create space in our half-court offense. Part of that is getting out in transition if we can get enough good defensive stops to get it out and go. And I thought that was effective for us, and I think we worked that in the last 7 or 8 days of practice. I don't even know how many days of practice we've had. It just seems like we've played forever. But I think it's important to us that we get guys, and Ryan is just a capable guy to do that.
You were way more physical on offense than you look like you should be. I mean, Ryan, you don't look like you ought to be able to take people inside and beat them with us at all, and you did.
You want to address that?
I mean,
how is that? Where does that come from? That kind of
I have kind of always like prided myself on I would rather go to the rim or pull up than stand there and shoot threes all day. I mean, I know these guys are saying shoot the three, but I mean, I've always been a guy getting downhill, wanting to get other people involved. I feel like when I'm getting downhill and kicking it to Drew, Dallas, Jack, any of those guys, they're very capable three-point shooters. I think that's when we are at our best. And I think we pride ourselves just because we knew that these guys were such a good team. We knew they were going to play physical. And just, I think I relate that to being in our league. It is physical every night. If you don't bring it, you're going to get rolled. So, I mean, we knew we had to bring it on their home floor. We knew we had to do the same thing. So, all year we just kind of had that chip on our shoulder that we're not the biggest team. We're probably the smallest team in the field 6'4", to be honest with you, from 1 to 5. But, I mean, like I always say growing up, my dad always said it, it's not the heart of the dog, or not the size of the dog, it's the heart of the dog, right? So, just I think that's kind of what we hang our hat on this year. So,
getting back to Thomas More, you guys are in the league with William Penn. Can they play with the William Penn? I mean, they must be awfully good.
I think the top 5 teams, maybe the top 10 teams in the NAIA can really compete with each other. Now, that being said, William Penn has got a special group of guys. I mean, they're not 27-1 or 28-1 because they can't play. I think what William Penn brings to the table, they're a fairly physical team. They have 7 or 8 guys that can make plays on any given night, and they are playing with extreme confidence. So if I flip it around, I think every team can have an off night, every team can have a great night, and it depends on who you're playing on that specific night. It could have happened here tonight, it didn't for us, but William Penn is a really good team, but Thomas More is as well.
All right, I got one more. Ryan, you're a senior, man. I'm sure you probably have an extra year if you want it. Talk about your future plans, man, and if basketball at Grandview isn't part of it, kind of reflect back on your time there.
Yeah, I haven't really totally decided what my next step's going to be. I have made the decision with COVID that I'm not coming back to Grandview, but reflecting back on my time here, I came in as a freshman, not really knowing what to expect. I didn't play at an extreme amount my freshman year, kind of here and there, kind of battled some different things. And then sophomore year, it was kind of, we lost a bunch of seniors. I got to step in and play. We won 6 games, so it was coming from a high school where I won a lot of games, it was really hard for me and we kind of hit on in the locker room. It was really hard for a lot of us to come to practice. Really the only guys on that team were me and Drew Johnson were the ones still there. And we talk about it all the time, like how far this team has come from year after year. The next year, junior year, we won 12, 13 games, I think. And then this year we knew we were going to have a lot of guys. Dallas and Jackson came in, really excelled at I can't really think of the words right now because I'm just so thankful for those two because they were a big part of our success this year. And I'm just super thankful for what Schaef's done, believing in us from day one. I always relate back to we won 6 games because, made it to the national tournament this year. I'm super thankful for everything that's happened. This team has been great. There's never a dull moment with this squad, and I don't know. I just guess I'm just thankful for everything that's happened. I mean, it's because there's a lot. We always said coming here, there's a lot of teams not playing today, so we wanted to jump at the opportunity and give it our all, and I think we did that today.
And Coach, go ahead and talk about Ryan and what he's done for your program.
I've been coaching a long time, and I've had some really good players come and go. And I'm hoping that I don't offend anybody, but this dude's generational. He's just unbelievable. And so, without getting too emotional on it, he's just been amazing to have around. And then the only other thing that I would add to all this is, we may have been 15th here. We were picked 10th in our league. That's how good our league is. And he's a big part of why we're here, along with our other seniors. And I'm really proud of this group for how they battled here today.
Guys, congratulations on a great season.
You might play next year somewhere?
Yeah, I think I'm going to. It's just I wanted to focus on this year. We had a lot of.
I'm a Xavier guy. You could play. You could start at Xavier right now. I guarantee you.
All right, guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.